Welcome back to my channel, my dear friends, and welcome newcomers. I hope you like what you see, and if so, be part of this journey with us. One big happy family. Thank you so much for your love and support, your beautiful comments, your suggestions, your opinions. Not so much for the criticism. There's still some of them here and there, which I have blocked a few again this week. There's no need to be nasty. There's no need to be unkind. If you don't like something, move on to something else or to another channel or to another pattern, as you wish. Nobody's perfect. We're far from being perfect. God couldn't please everybody. I can't either. Okay. 4-ply 100% cut thread is most of the time that I use for my patterns. These are Portugal brands. 2.75 hook, a small scissor to cut the loose ends, of course, and a small hook to tuck in the loose ends. I'd like to mention I do have a private crochet group. You're more than welcome to join as long as you have a profile pic. I also have TikTok and Instagram. All these links will be listed below in the description box. All the measurements, the sizes, the hook size in the description box. I also would like to thank the women that came through helping others in need of thread by donating to my PayPal account. Thank you so much. Nancy McDonald, thank you so much for your donation. I love you so much. You're one special gal in my heart. Let me tell you that. God bless all of yous, and let's keep crocheting. Let's keep creating these beautiful pieces, okay? So also inside the description box, there's a 2-minute link video to how to slow down the video, or by touching your screen and you can zoom it in, just touch and bring out the picture. You can see the stitches more clearly. Okay. If I forget anything, I'll let you know during the video. Thank you again, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. It's free of charge. We go a long way in many hours, dedication hours like there's no tomorrow, to bring these patterns for you guys. I don't speak just for myself, but for many other creators, designers. It's the only way we can keep going with these videos, by having your subscriptions. It costs you nothing. And also by giving thumbs up, it helps to circulate, have YouTube to recognize that it's an important channel. They circulate worldwide, get more people to join the channel. It's the only way we can continue this way, okay? So kindly thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell notification to be notified. And if possible, see the 2-second commercial. If it's long, you can cut through halfway, but at least watch a bit. It helps also the video. That's them with the commercial stuff. I have no control of it, but it does help the channel, okay? Thank you, everyone. Let's get started. Okay, everyone. So today we're going to create a little girl's baby dress. I'm going to be using this thread, which I'm not used to using this thread. It's a little bit thinner than my regular thread. It's number 5, as it's supposed to be a 5-ply, but it really isn't, because my 4-ply is thicker than this. So I will be using a 1.75 hook, depending upon the size you want to make for the baby. I think because of using this, it's probably 3 to 6 months, if I'm not mistaken. If I was to use my regular 4-ply from Ladybug, these are Portugal brands, and because it's a little bit thicker, I believe it would have been 6 to a year old, like in the past dresses. I was requested to make in white because I think they want to create it summery, but going to someone's baptism, I believe, but they want it nice and white with a little lace on it, which that you can do and use whatever colors you want. So I'm going to try my best. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Please don't forget to give a thumbs up on the video, and if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Thank you so much to every single one of you that have been here, and I also want to thank you so much for your messages and comments about praying for my family. They are in desperate need of prayers due to illness. And so I'm out of the island already for quite some time and don't know when I'll be back home due to the fact of taking care of a family member that is extremely ill. So for those reasons, I have not been putting out too much videos because I've been so busy taking care of them. I have literally almost no time in between caring for them and in and out of hospitals and so on. So thank you so much for your patience and thank you for your prayers. God bless you, and please continue praying and your thoughts is very important. God bless you. Let's get started, everyone. Okay, everyone. So the first thing you want to do is that slip stitch knot, which that never counts for anything. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to come back into that first stitch and I'm going to do a double crochet. I am so used to working with 2.75 hook that when I get into smaller hooks, it's like a little bit practice for me, right? Okay, let's try that again. I wish I had maybe, let's try this 2.0 hook. See how I can manage through this. 1, 2, 3, and 3 chain. Coming in that first chain, I'm going to do a double crochet. So you know by using number 10, Aunt Lydia, your dress will be small. That's probably from 0 to 3 months. Okay. So I have created like a little loop here, and I'm not sure I even like to work with this thread. 1, 2, 3 chain again. Coming in where we've closed off, grabbing those 2 loops there and creating double crochet again. So it's making like little loops here, let's say. 1, 2, 3 chain. Coming again into that first, where we have those 2 loops where we've closed off. And again. So I have 1, 2, 3 little loops here, right? I'm going to do 24 of them. 1, 2, 3. Coming in. And closing it off. So I'll do 24 of these little loops that we have here, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, until we have 24. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone. So I've done 24 little groups, let's say of 2. Just finished my 24th. We're going to turn around. And we're going to work on that first chain stitch that we did. So we're not working on the top loop. We're working on the bottom one, right? Not the little round one, stays up top. Okay, so I'm going to come in with a slip stitch. And then coming back in again. And I'm going to do a single and 2 chain. That's my first double crochet. I'm going to build groups of 3 double crochet inside of these loops. 1 chain space into the next one. 3 double crochet. 1 chain. Into the next one. 3 double crochet. It's going to be like this all the way to the end. So we should have 24 groups of 3 double crochet, 1 chain space between them. I'll meet you at the end. This is row 2. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished doing my groups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 groups, exactly how we did when we started. Next row will be just a repeat of what we just did of the groups of 3. So we're repeating this row. I'm coming back in as I've turned and doing my single in that first double crochet and 2 chain into the next one. So I had started with 1.75. I think I feel more comfortable with the 2.0 hook. Just small hooks don't do it for me anymore. 1 chain space, so we're repeating the row, just doing 1 double crochet. Remembering that we're doing the top part of the dress first in order to complete the bottom. 1 chain. This is perfect for any occasion, really, especially, you know, if you're going to, like, I think the lady for the request, I think she's going to a christening, a baptism, or this is perfect if you're going to a wedding. You're bringing your little baby with you, nicely dressed up with nice lace socks, and if it's summertime, nice lacy sandals, right? Nice bandana with flowers, something. I mean, just gorgeous. Any baby would look beautiful. So we're going to repeat this all the way to the end, and then I'll come back to you at the end for row 3. Actually, this is row 3 at this point because we did this first row here. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so basically, just to make you understand, this is going to be like this, right? So this is how it will end up to be. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, going into row 4. So we're going to turn around. Now, row 4 and row 5 will be exactly the same thing. So we're going to have an increase 2 on the same stitch at the end. So single 2 chain, my first double crochet, next stitch 1 double crochet, and on the last one 2 together. So this is row 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Row 5, we're just going to do double crochet over double crochet, exactly how we did here. So we have 2 the same here. We're going to create 2 the same here, row 4 and row 5. So 1 chain space, 1 double crochet per stitch, and on the last one 2 together. So we're doing the increase, 4 double crochet. 1 chain, 1 per stitch, and 2 on the last double crochet. So remembering that next row, row 5, we're doing just double crochet over double crochet, 1 chain, double crochet on each stitch, 1 chain. So we'll have 4 double crochets on row 5 also. I'll meet you at the end of row 5. Okay, everyone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Finished row 5. Now we're going to continue to repeat the same thing as we've been doing. Going into row 6, we're going to do an increase here on the second one. Okay, so first one, 1 double crochet and 2 on the second, and then 1 per stitch. This is row 6, 1 chain, again 1 double crochet, 2 on the second one, and 1 per stitch. Next row will be just a repeat, double crochet over double crochet, total of 5 double crochets, exactly how we've been doing. Okay, so always 2 rows of 3 double crochets, 2 rows of 4, 2 rows of 5, and 2 rows of 6. I'm going to come back to you at the end of the last row, which is 2 rows of 6, and you can do your increase on the 3rd double crochet. Okay, and then I'll come back to you because then we're changing it up a bit. So basically, we're doing the increase on this 2nd double crochet. On the, so basically row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Row 6 and 7, repeat of 5 double crochet, 1 chain space. Row 8 and 9 will be 6 double crochets. I'll be doing my increase on the 3rd double crochet. I'll come back to you at the end of row 9. Please always look ahead of the video. Sometimes changes are made. Mistakes can be done and fixed right on the spot. It's the only way we can learn and take it from there instead of taking everything down. Okay? And of course, I am far from being perfect. Nobody's perfect. Sometimes I get very, very rude comments about too many mistakes or too many of this or too many of that. Well, unfortunately, I am not perfect, never will be, and whatever doesn't suit you, you can move on to the next channel or next project or whatever the case may be. There's no need for silliness or rudeness. I have no room in my life for that. Life itself is already stressful. There's no need to have such silliness of behavior. We're all grown women and human beings. We're mothers of earth. So remember to be kind always to one another, even if things don't fit the way you would like them to fit. Nothing is perfect in this world, and by bringing somebody down does not make us a better person either. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end of row 9. Remember, the next row is 5 double crochet, 1 chain space. The row after that will be 6 double crochets. We'll do the increase on the 3rd double crochet, and then the row after that, 6 double crochets also. Okay, everyone, so I finished my 9 rows. That's including with the very first one that we did. And I have 6 double crochets. I have 2 groups of 6 double crochets. Okay, now I've separated them with a piece of thread because since I'm not home, I didn't bring any markers with me. So we skip 1, 2, 3 motifs here, and I've tied a piece of thread of different color. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 motifs, and right away again another piece of thread here. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and again another piece of thread. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last piece of thread, and that leaves us 3 left. So we have 3 on one side and 3 on the other. 6, 6, 6, and 6. Okay, so we have 4 strings attached. Coming in now, this row will be different. So we're going to turn around. We're going to do an increase again on this row here, but this row is going to change, okay? So single 2 chain. I'm doing 2 double crochet, 1 per stitch, my 3rd double crochet, and on my 4th one, I'm doing an increase of 2 double crochet in the same space or same stitch. So now I have 2, 4, and 5. Good heavens, get it together, Maggie. 6 and 7, maybe one day. 7 double crochets, 1 chain. Again, repeating the same thing. So we're going to repeat on all 3 motifs only the increase. So I've done 3 double crochet. On my 4th one, I'm doing my increase. And then 1 per stitch, okay? So we have a total of 7. We're going to do that to the 3rd motif also. 1 chain space, and I'll come to you as soon as I'm done this 3rd one. Okay, everyone, so I finished my last motif. I'm going to do 1 chain. Just make sure you don't, if you're using a piece of thread, don't get it mixed with your white one. I have no markers, so I have no choice but to put a piece of thread here, just so you guys understand. Okay, so I've done 1 chain. I'm going to come in between the 1st and the 2nd double crochet, because this is going to be part of the sleeve. 6 motifs on this side will be the sleeve. Okay, this will be the front. And then 6 motifs here is the sleeve. And then, of course, these 3 and these 3 are the back part. So now, double crochet in between the 1st and the 2nd double crochet. 1, 2, 3 chain. I'm going to come inside of this double crochet and I'm going to do my picot, okay, into the next one, no chain space. Again, double crochet 1, 2, 3, picot between the double crochets. Double crochet, 3 chain, picot, okay, and again. We're going to do this on the 6 motifs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picots, okay? No chain coming into the next one. And just repeat the same thing until we have that marker. So it's the 6 motifs. We're going to be doing that too. That's part of the sleeve. So basically this is the finishing of the sleeve. Okay, so I'll meet you as soon as I finish the 6 motifs. Okay, everyone, so I've completed the 6 motifs with the picots. Now I'm going to go back into this one here and do my increase. So going into that 1st double crochet, gotta make sure I don't stitch this in. So into the 2nd one. That's why I was getting stuck, because it was already stitched in one of the stitches. And doing 2, 3. On my 4th, I'm doing my increase. I have 4 double crochets, 4, 2, 4, 6 already, because I did the increase. The previous one we had 2, 4, 6, and now my 7th double crochet. 1 chain coming into the next one, repeating the same thing in all 6 motifs, doing the 7 double crochets. That means on my 4th one, I'm doing my increase of 2 together in the same stitch. So basically what we're going to do is, see if you guys can see it clearly. So this is the sleeve and this is the sleeve. This is the front and this is the back. we're doing the increase here, and then we come on the 6 motives, okay? And then the peacocks again on the sleeve. And then the increase, bring it up a little bit more. And then the increase again on the 3 motives here, exactly how we started here. So you know that for 6 motives, you're doing 7 double crochets, 1 chain space between them. And this one here is the double crochet in between the double crochets here. So we'll have 5 double crochets, 5 peacocks for 6 times. And then the last 3, 7 double crochets. So I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing my row, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3 motives, 7 double crochet, increase on the 4th double crochet, and then 6 motives, 1 double crochet in between the double crochets with peacock, 3 chain peacock. So we did the 6, and then again 7 double crochet increase on 6 motives, and then 6 motives of peacock, and the last 3, which these are the back part, 7 double crochet. Okay, everyone, so now we're going to turn around and we're going to repeat the 7 double crochets. We're also going to close the sleeves on this row. So I'm coming back in with single and 2 chain, doing 1 double crochet per stitch, total of 7 on all 3 motives. One chain into the next one. So we're going to continue 7 and then 7. I'll meet you here once I've completed the 7. I've completed the 3 motives with 7 double crochet. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chain. I'm skipping all of this of the sleeve, or we're attaching this, we're closing out the sleeves, I should say. So I'm skipping all of those peacock, the 6 motives, and coming into that first double crochet and closing the sleeve in. Into the next one and continuing to do my 7 double crochets again. So I have 1 sleeve closed out. I need to close out the next one. For the next 6 motives, I'll be doing the 7 double crochets, 1 chain space in between the 7. Now, if you're using number 10, Aunt Lydia, for sure it will be smaller. It will probably be 0 to 3 months. Okay, so as you can see, we are closing this sleeve out already. I'm going to continue, and then I'll meet you here just before the peacock on that last double crochet. I'm going to repeat again my 8 chain. Skip all of this, of course, the peacocks, and then come in and do my first double crochet again with the 7 double crochets, exactly how we started. So again, I finished doing my 6 motives, done my 8 chain, skipping all of those peacocks, coming into that first double crochet, and closing in my 2nd sleeve, and just continuing to do the 7 double crochets for the next 3 motives. 1 chain space between them, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so pretty much done my row. We're going to turn around. We're going to repeat the 7 double crochets. So single 2 chain, 1 per stitch. And where we have that 1 chain space between motives, we're doing 1 double crochet. So I have my 7 double crochets, 2, 4, 6, 7, doing 1 inside of that 1 chain space, and again continuing to do the 7 double crochets until we get to the 8 chain. Okay, so I'll meet you here at the 8 chain. Okay, everyone, so we are at the 8 chain that we did to close out the sleeves. We're going to do 1 double crochet per stitch. So we have 8 chain, we should have 8 double crochet, and I'm coming inside of each stitch to get everything firm all the way around. And then we're just continuing again, 1 per stitch, 1 inside of the chain space until we finish the row out. So it's just double crochets all the way through. I'll meet you at the end of my row. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished doing my last 7 double crochets. Now we're going to close this top part out. We're going to do 2 chain. I'm coming in the next one here. On my 3rd chain up, I'm closing with a slip stitch. I'm going to do 1 chain, coming back in the same stitch and doing a single. This whole row will be about single crochets, 1 per stitch. Next stitch, single. So it's just singles all the way around. And when we get to these 2 chains, we're going inside of them and do 2 singles also. Okay, so nothing to it, just singles, 1 per stitch all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. So I just finished doing the 2 singles on that 2 chain we've created. And I'm going to close on my first single with slip stitch. Okay. So now I'm going to come back in the same stitch, single, 1, 2, 3. So this is basically the same size as the triple. And 1 more for space. Okay, so I'm turning twice on my hook, so I have 3 loops. I'm skipping 1 stitch coming into the next. This is where we would put the ribbon afterwards. 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next. And I don't want the ribbon to be too small, so we give it enough height in order to fit the ribbon size we want. Again, skip a stitch into the next one. This is what we're going to do all the way around. 1 chain, skip a stitch into the next one. Triples all the way around. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so completed my row. Now I'm coming in, or actually doing 1 chain, coming into the same stitch and doing a single. So this row is going to be exactly like this row here of singles. 1 on top of the triple and 1 inside of that 1 chain. Single on top of the triple, one inside. So this whole row is just about single crochets all the way around, one inside of that one chain stitch and one over the triple. Okay, so I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I closed my row of the singles. I'm going to come back in the same stitch, single, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. I'm going to skip a stitch and coming into the next one. We'll be doing these loops all the way around the same way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Skip a stitch into the next one, single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Skip a stitch into the next one, single. We're going to do this all the way around the same way. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so finished all my 5 chain loops. If you realize when we've skipped one, we've always landed on top of the triples. Okay, so that's a way to see that you didn't make a mistake. I'm going to come in to get into the center of this 5 chain loop with slip stitch. I'm coming right in the center of this 5 chain with a single. Okay, so single. I'm going to come inside of the single that we have here, and I'm going to do a shell of 2 double crochets, 1, and 2. So 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 more double crochet on the same stitch. So that will be my shell of 2 double crochet, 2 chain, and 2 double crochet. I'm going to hook I got to figure this out. Okay, so after we do our shell, I'm going to come straight in here where we have this 5 chain and hook it with the single. Getting this terrible cough. Time to time I have to stop the video to cough. The weather keeps changing every day here. Okay, so once we've hooked a single on there, we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain, coming in the center of the next one with a single. Okay, so we have this little V here. Now I'm going to come back in and do that shell again on the single, okay, where this loop is. So 1, 2. It almost looks like 3 because we're grabbing that chain from the 5 chain. 2 chain. Coming back in, creating 2 more double crochet. And then in the center, single. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain into the middle of the next loop, okay? And then repeating again the shell. 1, 2, 2 chain into the same stitch, creating that shell. 1, 2. I'm going to hook in the next chain here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain into the next one, single into that single, and continue to build your shell. We're going to repeat this all the way around the same way. I'm going to show you one more time just so you don't get confused. So I've done my shell where that single of the 5 chain loop coming in, single, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain, coming in the center of the next 5 chain, and then coming right into the single and doing the shell. So basically shell and V, shell and V. You just have to be careful where you're going with it. So, done my shell into the center here and single. Okay, so that's pretty much what it's going to look like. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I'm on my last one. And on my last one, after I close in to do the V with a single, I'm going to come just directly where I have the shell there. And then I'm going to do the walk. Because if I look properly, I think I might have a loop extra. For that reason, I'm just going directly into there. It makes no difference on the pattern. And this way, at least I'll have shell, V, shell, because this will be hidden anyway. Okay, so I come in the center of that shell, and I'm going to do, I did a single. So we walk with slip stitch, then a single. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 chain. Coming into the middle of that V with single. This whole row will be of loops of 5 chain again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And into the middle of the shell with single. 2, 3, 4, 5. And again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, into the middle of the shell. So chains of 5 in the middle of the shell, in the middle of the V, the middle of the shell, in the middle of the V, all the way to the end. I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I pretty much finished doing my row. Closed in with a slip stitch on that single. Now we're going to repeat shell over shell. That means I'm going to come back in, doing my single and my 2 chain. That's my first double crochet. And again, my second double crochet. 2 chain. 2 double crochet again. Coming inside of this first loop, single. So no different than what we've done here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain. Coming in the middle of the next one. And single. So we're creating those V's again. Where we have the shell, shell over shell. So 1, 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet again on the same stitch, coming in the next 5 chain with single. Okay, so that's how we're going to repeat the row. 2, 3, 4, 5 chain into the next one, single, coming directly shell over shell on that single, create 2 double crochets, 2 chain, 2 more double crochets. In the next 5 chain, single. Okay, so basically this is what it's going to look like. Shell, 5 chain, shell. So shell over shell, as you can see, and then we have the 5 chain, shell, then 5 chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the next 5 chain with single, and create your shell over shell. 1, 2 DC, 2 chain, and 2 more DC. Single into the next one. Okay, I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so pretty much finished my row with a single. Now I'm just going to attach it with slip stitch on that first double crochet we did. I'm going to walk, as I call it, to the center of my shell. And we got to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now it's just a repeat of what we did of the first one here, that we did all the loops. Remember the 5 chain loops? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the center. Okay, so we're doing these 5 chain loops, and then exactly how we did here at first. And then we're doing the shell. And then, of course, we're just going to repeat exactly what we did. So you can rewind, do your 5 chain here. You can rewind if you get lost. Do your shell, close with single, 5 chain, single, and do your shell. So we have to do shell over shell, exactly how we did with this one here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, so we always have to repeat. By the way, this is 2.0. I just changed hook because I find the grabbing of this tip is better. But it's the same size I've been using. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're actually, yes, same size. Actually, no, I was doing the 1.75 hook. And so I've tried with this 2.0, even though this is a 2.0 on this one too. For some reason, as you can see, the edge is thicker and this is thinner on this one. So works out for me. Whatever's more comfortable for you. 2, 3, 4, 5. So creating those loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and doing on each place as a single. And then the next row, we're going to create the shell and single. We're going to close it here, 5 chain, single, then create the shell. And this is how it's going to be repeated to the end. Now, I don't know how many rows I'm going to do, depending upon the length you would like. So I'll come back to you once I'm done and tell you how many rows I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, of course, at the beginning here, until you go down a few more rows and it becomes bigger, it looks like it's all, floppy, whatever, like too much crumpled up. But as you go, it straightens out. So don't worry about that, okay? So I'm going to continue mine and just follow through with that first row we did with a 5 chain. You can rewind and then do your shell, and then 5 chain, shell. Then the next row we have to do the loops of 5 chain in order to create again, and that's how it's going to go until the end. Okay, so I'll meet you once I'm done. Unless I change something, then I'll come back to you. Okay, everyone, so pretty much completed the dress. Now, the good thing about it is you can go as long as you like. And we also have a little bit of a pleat, obviously, when you put it on the baby. It, falls nicely. So very simple to do. I have 14 rows of the shells. Okay, so I'm counting from the shells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Actually, I have more than that. Sorry, let's just recount that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 rows of the shells. Now, it's up to you if you want that length. That means that my skirt, if I measure it, I'm just going to bring this up because it's kind of small here for you guys to see. If I measure from the shell to the edge, so far I have 21 centimeters, okay? And this is good, 3 to 6 months old, I believe, depending up if it's a chunky baby or not, it depends. So we're going to do the last row on this, and well, actually not the last row, but the before last row. So I finished my row of the shell with the 2 double crochet, 2 chain, 2 double crochet, and a single. So it's almost like as if we have 3 double crochet their shells, right? 5 chain, single. And then directly again into the single that we have after we've done the 5 chain loops, right? So shell, chain, shell, chain. Now this row here, this is the before last row. We're going to do so I'm going to do the walk, as I call it, with slip stitch to the center, single. We're going to do this row of the 5 chain. 3, 4, 5. So it's always one row of the 5 chain, one row of the shells. 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the chain. So just creating those 5 chain loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into the shell. Okay, so I'm going to continue to do only the 5 chain loops all the way around, and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've done my row with the 5 chains. I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 chain into the same one. This is where we have the shell. I'm going to do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Into the next one, single. Into the middle, here where we have the single, I'm going to do 5 double crochets again. In the middle of the chain, single. Coming again where the shell is, doing the 5 double crochets. So very simple. Into the chain, single. Where we have that single, 5 double crochets again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. into the center of that chain, single. We're going to repeat this all the way around the same way. I'm probably going to do another row. I'm not sure yet which row I'm going to do, if it's with singles or something else. I will come back to you once I am done. Okay, everyone, so I finished my row. So I'm going to do one chain, come back in that same stitch, do a single. Singles. So this last row, I'm only doing singles to every single one of them. All the stitches, just single. And I think that pretty much completes the dress without overwhelming with anything else. We want to make it pretty and simple. Okay, so I'm going to continue mine and meet you at the end. Okay, everyone, so I've tucked in my loose ends. We're going to close this part here. Well, not close, do the edging to fit our buttons in, or however you want to proceed. Now, of course, this side we'd start by the bottom. And I'm going to start right at the edge here and do singles. So one single on that one. Now on each row, I'm doing 2 singles on each row. Okay, trying to hide my little thread. So I did the first one right on top of the line here, and then 2 inside into the next row. 1, 2. Next row. 1, 2. And we're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side. 2 singles on each row going up. Now you can use the snap-ons or buttons, or I don't know, Velcro, whatever you think you would like to use best for you, then, you know, go ahead. There's no wrong on what you want to close this with. I'm just going to use little buttons, small ones, maybe like a little pearly one. I don't have it with me presently. I still have to buy them. But just to give you an idea. So I've also closed a single right on top. We're going to turn around. I'm going to do 1 chain, coming back in the same stitch. So there's my single. I'm going to repeat this now, single per single, obviously. I'm going to repeat the 3 rows. That means I'll have 3 rows total, not repeat 3 rows. I'll have 3 rows total. So I'm on my second row, and I will be doing another row. So just single over single. Now, if you want to leave it open too and just put just a little hook or a little button up top, that's fine too. I'm almost sure that if you're using Aunt Lydia number 10, you'd probably have to do, like of those shells, probably 27, 25, 27 rows. So I'm coming all the way to the end of that single. Okay, turn around again. And I'm even going to hook this one right down here, I think, just to have it nice and closed up. So 1 chain again, coming back in, and single per stitch. Then you can cut your thread and do the other side. On the other side, we have to start from the top. Till the very last one. Cut your thread and tuck in your loose ends. Okay. Okay, everyone. So I'm just going to do the other side. With the singles, and this time we're going to start from the top. So I'm going to come right at the edge here, on the very top, single. Try to hide this thread as I go. So I'm right at the edge there, and I'm coming inside of that row with 2 singles. 1, 2, into the next row, 1, 2, and again, 1, 2. Two singles per row. And I'm also going to hook it down here just to have it closed up like that. So we're going to turn around, do 1 chain, and repeat the single. Singles over single, all the way to the top. So I've reached the top. I'm going to do 1 chain, come back in, and do a single. Now, here you could do 1 chain, skip a stitch, go into the next one. By using a small button, like a little pearl one would be perfect. If you're using a bigger one, you can do a 2 chain, okay? 2 chain, skip 1, go into the next one. So depending upon the size, you have to test your button to see if it's good enough, okay? I'm not going to do that. I don't have any buttons here with me, so I might just do a little lace to tie in the back, which you can do that too. So I'm going to continue to do my singles. All the way to the bottom. And then I'm going to cut my thread. Okay, you guys, this is pretty much what it looks like in the back. Now, like I said, you could use just 1 button and do a little loop here on your button, which most probably that's what I will do. So I don't know what size of button yet I'll have because I don't have the buttons, right? But I want to put like a little pearl one, or you can do just 2 strings on each side and tie it as a lace. So if you put the button here, you would do a little lacy here. So I'm going to come in, try to hide this little thread here. Single, 1, 2 chain, skip 1, coming into the second one, like that, and you can hook your little button on there. I think it's just perfect. And then slip stitch through the next one so it doesn't, and one more. Doesn't look that obvious. Okay. So we have this little loop here, which you can put your button in. Just going to tuck in my loose ends. So by putting a small little button here, then you'd have the perfect closing on this, okay? Okay, on to the next. Okay, everyone. So I was trying to see if I had any, or my sister-in-law had any pink ribbon around, and I couldn't find any in her, can't think of, box. Anyway, I can't think of it. Accessory box or whatever. So I did have some of this ribbon that I had used on the last dresses that I used. So I just wanted to decorate a little bit for you guys to see how you can add your ribbon, either a very light pink or even in white. You can add a little crystal, little diamond, bling bling on it, or you can make, you know, if you're using the ribbons, you can alternate white, put a little pearl or a little diamond in the center. You can glue with hot gun glue, and you can display it on different, you know, one pink, one white. It's up to you. I mean, there's so many ways to go about, right? You could even display it in the bottom if you'd like. If you want to add some flowers in the bottom, you can also display all pink or white, pink, as you wish. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I will have to get a little pearl button or a little diamond button, let's say, and put it back here. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. Please keep your prayers up for my family. I will see you in the next tutorial. I have not been doing too many tutorials. I'm extremely busy with a family member that's very ill, and I'm taking care of them. So I can't, I don't have too much time in my hands to be doing tutorials. Please be patient with me for a little while, and I'll come back to you with more, of course, amazing tutorials. So don't forget, 3 to 6 months, depending on the size of the baby. Also, you can increase if you want to go longer, also depending on the size of thread you're using to make the dress even bigger. Okay, so until next time, everybody, God bless. Take care. Thank you.